Well, Dr. Jalil Ahmad is an electrochemical engineer, contractor, politician, and advocate. And he's with us here just now. How are you on this beautiful day?
I'm fine, thank you very much. Thanks for inviting me.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you on the show. Now, your book that you've got out at the moment is called Why the World Needs Global Political Parties. So, why does the world need global political parties?
There are many reasons, but I will mention, because of the time, only three main reasons. Number one, that the entire world is moving towards the globalization. Everything has been globalized, whether it's a trade, it's a communication, it's insurance companies, McDonald's, Apple, Uber, your Levi's jeans, whatever you name it, okay? Yeah. Everything is getting globalized except the politics. The politics is not going beyond the boundaries. Everything has gone beyond the boundaries. So that's number one, okay? Number two is this, that all the problems that you are facing now, major problems, they are all global. And you cannot fix those problems by having a local regulations, okay? And all the global problems, what I mean with that, you're talking about the nuclear warheads and wars, and you're talking about the misuse of artificial intelligence, you're talking about climate problem, you're talking about human trafficking, drug trafficking, terrorism, corruption, you name it, okay? They're all major global problems, and you cannot solve in a one particular country by having regulations. So for that, you need a global cooperative governance, which is I am proposing, and you cannot form a cooperative world governance without global political parties. It's like in the United States, the Democratic Party, Republican Party, they have to represent all the 50 states. They cannot say that I'm only in California, but we want to solve the problem of Maryland or Virginia, but I am from California. You cannot do it, So the 50 states in the United States, when you form a union, you eliminated the war between the states. You eliminated discrimination, and you allowed the free trade, traveling, by having a united defense and opening up the border for the free trade and travel. So same thing European Union is doing. But I don't know why they have limited themselves into only certain areas. Why not go for the entire globe? Because people are desperate to have the same kind of security and the safety and the opportunities just like you have in other states. So that's the third thing that I have for the global. It has to be global, is because peace and harmony among people. You cannot divide people based on nationalism. You cannot divide people based on your party platform, like a Democratic Party and Republican Party. They have their party platform says, if you are pro-abortion, you cannot be me. If you are against abortion, you cannot be me. If you are pro-gun or against gun, so localized, they divide the country, and whereas they talk about the unity, they want to have a harmony among the people. How could you divided it? Now, when you go out of the country, you divide the globe based on the boundaries, okay? So if you have a global political party, the parties that represent all the states, like in the United States, Democratic Party, they represent all the 50 states, not one particular. Therefore, California does not have a nuclear warhead or army. Arizona does not have it. Arizona is not scared that California will attack me, or Florida will attack some other country. So that's the reason I'm proposing that the cooperative world governance is the need of the time. United Nations has failed, totally failed, mainly because they have veto powers, but no military power to do the implementation. If all the countries decide about one particular thing, which we have done, we have passed several resolutions in the United States. First of all, it's very difficult to pass resolution in the United Nations because it gets vetoed, by the interest groups, right? So it gets vetoed. Somehow it gets passed. Once it is passed, then it's not implemented. And now it's not implemented, nobody can do anything, So this is the dilemma that we are facing. So we want to have a cooperative world organization, which I call United Nations of Globe, which has a military power, but no veto power. It's a true democratic institution, unlike a United Nations organization. Okay, so those are the three, and the peace and harmony that I'm talking about. The third issue about the global thing, that you cannot achieve that unless you represent them.
Yeah.
United States cannot say, European Union cannot say that we are going to bring the peace and harmony among all the people on the globe, right? No, unless you represent them, you cannot do that. So that's what I'm saying. The global political party is very, very important. National parties, that you have, they did their function, they help people, but now we have gone beyond that. So that's the reason I'm proposing global political parties.
Yeah. And the idea of global political parties, is this something that the countries would have to sign up for, or is it up to the parties to sort of get themselves all across the world?
No, see what happened. The concept is very simple. I gave you two examples. United States of America. See, before United States of America was established, what was happening here? They all were fighting with each other. Before European Union was established, every country was fighting. In India, before the Indian Union came up with the 30 states like you have in India, all the Maharajas will fighting with each other. Okay, but once you integrate and you become one, you have a free trade and traveling, provide opportunities to everybody, give the political freedom, give the education, then they live in harmony. Okay, and that's what I want for the entire globe, not for specific countries. Okay, so this is the reason my focus has been the global political parties and not the national parties, because the world has integrated so much, okay, that you cannot divide them without having a political discourse.
Realistically, do you think that this idea is achievable?
Oh, yes, it is definitely. Do you think anybody before 1917 has thought about the United States is possible? 50 states can live together? Do you think if Europeans would have thought that one day we will be living together in harmony and peace? Now 30, almost 30, 27 you have now, 3 more are going to come to European Union, now there will be 30, okay? Now, this is possible. In India, do you think it was possible that you could have a union of India? No, it was not possible. So same way, today, by the way, forget the 50 years or 100 years or 200 years. 50 years ago, the trade, it was not possible for McDonald's to go and open McDonald's in every country in the world. Or you have Uber or you have Apple stores, but now you have. Same way, I can tell you, 50 years from today, there will be all global political parties, not national parties, because it is not going to happen, because you cannot solve the global problems. There is no way you can solve the global problem by having local regulations. You have to have global regulations. And there is no organization. And by the way, the United Nations was established not by the public mandate. Global parties must to get the public mandate from different countries to join the United Nations of globe. That is the reason global parties are very important. Like, see the European Union, Britain wanted to get out of the union. They had the referendum and they got out. Doesn't matter who's going to be the prime minister in Britain, okay, they have to get out because it's a public mandate. It's the same way United Nations of globe must be established by the people, and they decide to join the United Nations of globe and have a free trade, traveling and common defense. So now no country can attack any other country. Like what was the use of Ukraine to spend so much money on defense? Anybody can come and destroy them. What was the use of Iraq to have so much money spent on the defense? Okay, or Sri Lanka is spending, or Nepal is spending so much money on the defense for what? Anybody can attack them and destroy them completely. So you have to get into an umbrella. Now you can see Finland, Sweden. What is the reason now they say, I want to be part of the European Union and want to become a NATO member? What is the reason? Main reason is this, that is the way you can protect yourself. You cannot build an army to protect yourself against Russia or any other aggressive country. I don't know which country is going to be, So you got to, so why not you make this, sit down together and all the countries and have a global party in those countries. They are totally independent. It's not that one party is controlling all the global parties. They have independent parties in different countries. For example, this is your global political party's message is universal. It's not a localized message. You have two kind of messages, like localized and universal. I will tell you what I mean by the universal message. Like say the communism, socialism, or capitalism, or democracy. All these things are universal. They don't recognize the boundaries. They go beyond the boundaries. boundaries. But the localized is abortion and no abortion, gun and no. These are localized things. You know what I mean? They are not universal because you might have an abortion problem, and Sri Lanka might have an abortion problem. Or if everybody is having abortion, they don't care. You know what I mean? So that's not their issues. So the universal message is very important, and we can unite people based on the common issues that we all facing. You can unite them, the whole entire globe. A differences set aside. Okay, let the people live the way they want to live. Don't interfere. Okay, but the main thing is that's the reason I'm talking about the global political party for self-empowerment. Basically, I'm talking about the political freedom, educational freedom, and economic freedom, which I will describe a little bit longer. So, but I will let you speak on.
Yeah. Do you think that democracy functions well?
You know, and I know, and everybody else knows, the democracy is not functioning. And I give the examples of those. The democracy is not functioning. But let me tell you like this, for example, in the United States, okay, and then I will give the world example. In the United States, do you know that in 430 years since the Constitution was framed in the United States, there are only 12,000 people. They have represented Congress and Senate in the United States. In other words, only 14,000 people, they have the command over the resources or control over the resources of the country and the governance of the country. 12,000. It is not the democracy by the people, other people, for the people. You will not find all walks of life people in the Congress and the Senate. The same way in the world. Okay, you can go India, you can see the BJP party or Congress party. They are elite people. They pay the money, get the party ticket. You go to Pakistan and you go to Germany, you go anywhere. They pay the money and they get the ticket. And the democracy that started many, many years ago in 508 BC in Athens, right? It started by the people. They were all participating in making decisions. Okay, there were 100 people, there were 1,000, there were 5,000. They all. And when the population started growing, they say, okay, send the representative. But that didn't mean to send the representative only from the elites. Okay, they mean that you guys decide and send the representative. But now in the United States, like I told you, last 100 years, only 2,000 people, they have been controlling the Congress and the Senate in the United States. There is no term limit for them. Okay, there is no kind of cash that you can say. If you tell them, hey, you are coming to serve for one term. Yeah, no, Constitution allows me. Because you people don't want to make changes, you know. So you keep going, you know. So I propose that instead of having, we cannot do anything as far as the laws are concerned of the country, we cannot change the Constitution. So I came up with a lottery system. I said, okay, allow people to participate in the election. And it's not only just to vote, but if you want to serve, how could you serve? You cannot serve. Even you want to serve in Britain or you want to United States, you need to have money, you need to have resources, you need to have a backing of the people, you need to have a name recognition. Otherwise, there is no chance. I mean, exceptional cases are there, but there is no chance, right? So I want lottery system. If people are the party member, my global party member, like you are my party member, and you say, Jalil, I live in California and I want to become a senator, you put your name along with the other members. Your name comes out, you are the candidate. No question asked. It doesn't matter whether you have a good education, bad education, you're rich or you're poor, you are what, you know, you are the candidate. Same way I will be forcing the Democratic Party, Republican Party, allow everybody not only to vote, which they have, but to become a candidate if they want to. Don't tell them that you need to have 22,000 signatures or 5,000 signatures, or you have to put those signatures in 2 months' time, and you need to have that much money to pay to the party and to support you. No. There should not be any. For example, in the jury system in the United States, do you have any of those conditions?
No.
You cannot become a juror unless you are rich, unless you are having a small signatures in your neighborhood. No, your name comes out, you are the juror. You come, serve, and go. But in the Congress, they are for 50 years congressperson. They are for 80, 60 years senator. You know what I mean? What is this? This is not a professional job. This is the public service. Come, serve, and go, just like a jury. That's what I'm talking about the lottery. Suppose you, Toby, become the candidate, right? Next year you want to again apply and put your name in the lottery, chances are very little that you'll get. So we, as a global political party, we are self-imposing the term limit. We are self-imposing the term limit.
I think it was Winston Churchill that once said, democracy is the worst form of government, apart from all the others that have been tried.
If it is really not run and operated and organized by the people. I want the politics of the people, by the people, and for the people. I want the economy of the people, by the people, for the people. That's why I'm talking about the self-empowerment, because I want every person to have access to the resources and the capital of the country.
Yeah.
Okay, you cannot be a member of your family if you have suppose 3 brothers and 2 sisters. If your father has some assets, you all are going to be equally a partner in that assets, right? You cannot say one brother, they have, you get out, you don't get anything, but I get everything. It is not. So the country's resources, and that's the reason the wealth distribution is so bad, because nobody has access to the resources and the capital except few, And that's the reason they keep making money, It's not that they're super intelligence and they have come from some other planet, you know what I mean? And they are becoming trillionaires and billionaires, you know what I mean? Whether people or not. And I'm not saying, I'm not against anybody. I'm not against corporation or rich people. What I'm saying that there should be equal opportunity. I want not only the education, which is basic right of the education, which also had not been fulfilled, by the way. You know what I mean? In democracy, that has not been fulfilled. As a democratic country, you have signed the Charter of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. You have signed that. Almost every country has signed that. There are 30 rights. Do you know any of those rights have been implemented properly? Not a single one, in my opinion. I'll give an example of few. Okay? Education. They say that every human being has a right to have education. How many countries are providing the education? Even in the United States, we say the richest country. Up till high school, they say, yeah, you are free. But after that, you have to be on your own. You have to pay. Why? It's like I tell you, Toby, you have a voting right. Okay, I have voting right. Then I say, until the age of 40. After that, you have no voting. So what is this right? Right?
Yeah.
So what kind of education, basic education right you have? You know, if you have the right of education, then you should have the education. It doesn't matter how much you want to study. You want to go to university level, you want to drop out, it's up to you. But opportunity should be given. Similarly, I want opportunity should be given in the economics. Okay, every person should be given some capital so that person can utilize his or her potential to the fullest. You cannot compete in the marketplace just with the educational degree. You cannot compete. The only thing you can compete in the job market with the degree. I am saying for you to utilize, or for me to utilize my full potential, I have to have education and also I have to have capital. Then I can choose my way. I want to accept a job, or I want to do my business, or I want to improve my talents. I want to get some more skills, and I want to do something different. That's the only way I can bring my talents into the marketplace. And I want everybody to be given a chance. He might fail, and he or she might be successful. Just like in education, lots of students, they get A grades, and lots of students, they drop out. Fine, but opportunity has been given. You cannot say that the money that the dropout students spent is wasted. No, opportunities was given to them. Similarly, I want economic opportunities for everyone. Doesn't matter what that person is. Okay, so my second book will be based on that. It will be how to make people empowered, globally. Basically, I'm talking about making education free and providing access and access to the capital and the resources of every country to everyone. And I'm doing this thing. Education free means whatever the current loans that you have in the United States, like $1.5 trillion loans the students have right now. I want to show them how to pay it off. I mean, it should be paid off. And education should be free all the way to university level. And access to capital will be given to every person. And my second book is showing you can do those things without raising taxes and without borrowing money.
Yeah.
Otherwise, anybody can give a proposal, hey, do this thing to everybody, but they say where the money is going to come from. Okay. The basic, that's what I'm writing the second book, and I'm giving them the mathematical formulas and telling them that how you could do it. You can provide education free to all, not only in the United States, but all over the world. And also you can provide access to the capital in those people in those countries, so that they can bring reforms into their life, and they can meet the challenges.
So when do you expect that second book to be released?
My first book has already been released. It is published, Why the World Needs Global Political Parties. It is in Amazon, it is on Walmart, Barnes and Noble, and all different publishing platforms. It's available. It's available in audiobook. It's available in Spanish book. It's available in English. And my other books second book will be coming, might be in a month time. The third book will be coming, which will be how and why to establish the United Nations of globe. Why you need United Nations of globe? Because I give a very simple thing, Toby, is this.
Yeah.
Have you ever lived in a home, in a subdivision, in a home where you have 100 homes or 200 homes, and there is a homeowner association? Have you lived there or have you heard about that, right? Or a shopping center where you have 100 shops in a shopping center, in a mall, right? What happens? They make their association, okay? All these people, they make their associations. So the common areas can be taken care by the association and everybody pitch in, okay? Everybody pays some money. So home association does the same thing. Otherwise, one person is putting all the garbage in front of the house or bringing and putting his U-Haul trailer in front of the house and the houses look ugly, right? So it's not allowed. Either it is managed or controlled by the cities or the homeowner associations, okay? So the globe is being run, the entire globe is being run without having any kind of organization, the entire globe. And that's the reason the wars are happening. That's the reason discrimination is taking place, exploitation of resources is happening. Because there is no organization. United Nations, they are acting like a Red Cross or Red Crescent, a charitable organization. Okay, they are not global governance. Okay, a state, that is a global, that is a kind of governance. That you have a military power, free trade and free traveling. India, free trade, free traveling, military power. European Union, free trade, free traveling, military power. I want the whole world to be like that.
Well, where can we keep up to date with you? And just remind us of all the places we can find the book.
The book is available on Amazon and Barnes & Noble and Walmart and Lulu and all those platforms. And the book is not only available in the hardcover copies, paper book, it is available audiobook and also Spanish. Okay, so might be it will be available pretty soon in the different other languages like Turkish language or other languages. Book will be available. But the first book is already out in the market. And I'm encouraging people that look, we are not going against anybody. We are promoting the unity and harmony among all. We are going to talk about and address the common issues. As far as the other issues are concerned, that's individuals. Like, for example, if you are my party candidate or a member of my party, you could be a pro-abortion, you could be against abortion, you could be pro-gun, against gun, you could be white or black or this religion, that could be anything. But you could be a member of my party. Party is not going to tell you that you have to be a pro-abortion or you have to be this or you have to be that. No, it's up to you. But as far as the political freedom is concerned, like a lottery system, to allow everybody to participate, not only vote, but to become a candidate and serve the country. Education has to be free and access to capital and resources to every person in every country. Depending on that country's resources, you should share a small piece of pie. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that is the reason I did all these things and I worked very hard on that. Now, this has been my dream. And I got my education. I came to United States. I was born in India. I got my bachelor's degree from India, then my master's degree from Pakistan, Karachi University, and then I got my master's and PhD in the United States. And I have 4 kids. They're all highly educated. They all have graduate degrees. My wife is a physician. So we have done our part, but we said that we have to go beyond that. Okay. Yeah. Beyond that means I said that to bring the peace and harmony and provide opportunity to everybody is the most important thing to do. And that's what the universal message of communism was like that. It was socialism was like that. The capitalism talks about like that. Democracy talks about, but they have some kind of controls. They have some kind of issues involved with that. The new things have to come in. That's the reason communism has failed, or socialism not working, or capitalism is dragging people to the rich are becoming richer and poor people are becoming poorer. So things are not working. United Nations organization that was established hoping that it will bring the peace and harmony is not working. So we need a paradigm shift. The world is moving very fast. Okay, and therefore we have to work very hard, and we are requesting the people to become the member of my global party. It's not only the United States, it will be the worldwide. Okay, and every global party in different countries will be totally independent. We are not going to feed the money across the borderline, or they will be totally independent, but they will be believing in the philosophy. The philosophy is political freedom, educational opportunity for all, and access to capital. In that that country to all, so that people can have a meaningful life and they can improve their life. Otherwise they cannot improve their life. This is my belief. Because most of the things. So I want the economic growth by the people. I want bottom-up economy. So, for example, whenever there is recession in any country, what they do? Basic thing they do, they say that, okay, we are going to give the money in your hand, go and spend. That's called stimulus package. Stimulus package of $800 billion. Stimulus package of $2 trillion. Okay, pay the virus attacked us, right? What they did? Okay, we will pay you wages, we pay you everything, just stay home. You know what I mean? Because they want people to participate in the economy, because the people are the economy. Okay, people buy, people sell. So I'm saying that why don't you do that? Give the access to them, to the resources and capital, let them do it. Okay, it should be the government should be by the people, other people. I said no, economy should be of the people, by the people, for the people. This is to be economy. That's why they can flourish. They can have a better life. And if they don't, they cannot blame anybody else but to themselves. It's like education. If you don't have a college degree, you blame yourself because the country has provided you the opportunity, but you did not do it. You drop out. That's your problem. Okay. So I want the opportunity should be given. People succeed or people fail. That's a different story. But all in all, situation will be much better than what we have now by giving all the resources to few capital, a few elite people, and asking them to create jobs and do everything for the whole country or for the entire globe. It is not working and it will not work.
Well, many thanks for joining us on the show today. It's been very interesting to talk to you.
Thank you very much.